Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Funkable Operator Podcast, episode 32. This is Jay Funkadelic speaking. How y'all feeling today? Y'all right, man, or what? Some of these rappers ain't making no goddamn money if they're kind of old school, never have the opportunity that they fucking have. I really didn't give a shit about these cocksuckers. Speaking of Puff Daddy, I don't know if he's going to get out of jail. R. Kelly was released. What do you think about that? How the fuck would I would know about R. Kelly, how he was doing? You know what I'm saying? Being locked up like a fucking child molester. Huh. Think about all these people want to get it in and they want to fuck around hanging out with young bitches and being threatened and getting raped. Why would I give a fuck about raping a girl? Why would I give a fuck about people, selling their soul to the fucking devil? Why want to give a fuck about that? How many times I gotta tell you this shit? Most of these rappers don't appear on no fucking stamps. Like Chuck D from Public Enemy said, most of my heroes don't appear in no stamps. It could be fucked up at a certain time. Shout out to my man Flavor Flav from Public Enemy. Yeah, boy. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my favorite hype mans of all time in the hip-hop game. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the dopest rappers in hip-hop history. And I knew Flavor Flav when he first came out with Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard of Flavor Flav, he was wearing a clock around his neck and doing the Flav dance like he wasn't that, a video 911 is a joke. When everybody was wearing an afro and he was wearing the Batman glasses. You know what I'm saying? The video was dope. I really liked it, Flavor Flav. I remember he came out with a solo album called Hollywood. Wouldn't even find that on Apple Music. Wouldn't I even care about that? Wouldn't have I been saying that? Would I understand why some of these rappers are dope from back then, but up to date they would not really think they're going to sound kind of corny? Look at Fat Joe's album. You know what I'm saying? Look at Fat Joe's new album. Like before he did that album, his friend Angel passed away. The world changed on me. That was Fat Joe's latest album. A lot of people don't respect Fat Joe. A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't respect the hip-hop culture. Fuck this beef and crap. Hip-hop is one. Hip-hop is number one. But you know what? If you're not feeling the new shit, why even bother with that? Turn off Hot 97. Turn off Power 105.1. Turn off all these fucking mumble rap radio stations. And put on something authentic with the groovy sound. Don't you know that it's going to be very dope when you want to listen to it? When did I remember I loved it, Fred the Godson? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't I even care? I called him Gordo Frederico. That was my main man. When he died, I was going through a lot of depression. Real fucking depression. It felt like I was at my mom's house when the pandemic started, crying. Like a little baby. When you lose a rapper in the hip-hop game, you feel like your life doesn't seem to be correctly in your head. You ain't got the balls to fucking hang out with this dude anymore because he passed away. You won't even try to do shit like that. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know how shit could be in life when people don't respect nothing. A lot of these rappers sell their soul to the fucking devil. You know what? I don't have to do all that because the devil's a fucking liar. I'm not mad at Chris Brown. I'm sorry what I said about Chris Brown on TikTok. I apologize saying some crazy shit about Chris Brown. But far as his music that I listen to him, it's garbage. Every time they play Chris Brown on any station, I feel like I want to switch it up and listen to something else. I apologize disrespecting Chris Brown on TikTok. I apologize for that. But as far as his music that I hear, it's whack. Okay? I'm not really a Chris Brown fan. I'm not really a Mary J. Blige fan. I'm half and half being a Mary J. Blige fan. But seeing her in person is like, you can't even go near this woman. Why the fuck? You can't even go near this lady. Because people are just scared to be around the hardest parts in New York City. Why? Why they think like that? Why people are just want to fuck around and take advantage? Because when they're celebrities, they barge them in the fucking entourage. You know why? Because security and bodyguards doing their job, and most of the times they be doing too much. You know, a lot of people don't respect anything for the time of being wherever the fuck they are. You know, people are nice, people are not nice, people are crazy, people are rude, people want to suck their teeth and be very disrespectful. That's how shit can go down. Why the fuck would I see something like that go on in life? I've been a day one Fat Joe fan when he came out with the Fat Gangster Represent. You know, Fat Joe has been my man since the early 90s when he came out with the Flow Joe, when he came out with the Red Alert with the demo, when he performed at the Apollo and he couldn't and they told him to stop winning. And he was at the Apollo, outside the Apollo Theater, signing a contract when Chris Lottie was alive. You know, I know everything about hip hop, man. You can't fuck with me, because I know about the whole rap culture. See that? I know everything about the whole fucking rap culture, about how it is now, how it was back then. I'm a big fan of Nas, no doubt. I had the cassette to Illmatic. I'm dead ass. If you don't believe that I have the cassette to Nas Illmatic, I can go to my mom's house right now. I can be upstairs in my mom's crib, and I'll show you the cassette tape that I purchased when I was in high school back in the early 90s, when Biggie Smalls was in his well-being, before he got shot. You know? How would you feel if a rapper got shot? What about Fat Joe? Fat Joe's my dog, man. I love Fat Joe. Fat Joe's my day one hip-hop superstar of all time. Fat Joe, you know, I see him every now and then when I go to a hip-hop event. I love Fat Joe. I got mad love for Fat Joe. I've seen him many times walk around with a security guard. You know what I'm saying? Wearing his sideburns, his Terror Squad chain. I got the Bat chain. He's got the TS chain. A lot of people got the Terror Squad chain. People are rich and people are broke. Some people can't afford platinum chains because they're worth a fortune these days. They're worth a fortune getting these platinum chains. Okay, platinum is a mad-ass money. I'm not paying $1 million for a chain. Forget about that. No. I'm not taking no chances. With that money, I can buy a house on the hill or do something. If I had $1 million, you know what I would have did? I would have saved that money for charity. I would have put it for charity for future concerts for the next 50 years. I would have went to hip-hop events for life. Even if I had $1 million, I would spend money on hip-hop events that I'm interested of going to. I'm not just really hip-hop. I'm into sports. I'm into rock and roll. I'm into R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like, funk of R&B is my agenda. You know, there's a lot of songs that I'm feeling and not feeling. Shout out to my girl Ice Spice. A lot of people be hating on Ice Spice, but do you know she's from the Bronx? And did you know I heard one time her father was a rapper. Her father, Ice Spice's father, was a rapper. Because I heard about it a lot of times. I heard that Ice Spice's father was a rapper. Did y'all know that? I don't know if you didn't. The next time I go to a Real Nems concert, he better not fuck me up at an event, because I'm not going to beef with this dude. He better leave me the fuck alone. The guy from Coney Island, Real Nems, better leave me the fuck alone. I don't give a fuck how crazy he gets. You want to act like a real tough guy. He want to be a big bad guy in the hip hop game, and he lays out in Coney Island selling Nathan's hot dogs for a living. Like, I really give a fuck about Gorilla Nems talking shit and talking crazy about me, calling me a pussy, saying all this type of shit. No, I ain't no pussy, man. You might be the biggest pussy on Coney Island that you ever met, that you met your match. The record that he did that I wasn't feeling from Gorilla Nems was called Fat Boy. Why the fuck he would do a record like that? You tell me why he fucking did a record that called Go Fat Boy, Go for the... You know, I like to fucking flip it over and call him... I like to do a record called Go Fat Fuck, Go Fat Fuck. But I wouldn't put the F in there. I would have put the P, the H, the U, the C, the K. I would have spelled it in the edited version to that. You know, Go Fat Fuck, Go Fat, and sample the Soprano record. That's what I'm thinking about doing next time I go to the studio. I'm looking to do a record called Go Fat Fuck and put the Soprano skit with Bobby Bacala. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe, oh shit, Gorilla Nems is like bigger like Bobby Bacala. You know what I'm saying? Gorilla Nems is big as Bobby Bacala from The Sopranos. Don't you know that? I can't wait for the Puerto Rican Day Parade to drop off. You know why? Because I like to get VIP access to hang out with Fat Joe and talk to him and bullshit him. But he's got a lot of people on his mind. I like to talk to him. I like to be on his podcast. I would love to be on Fat Joe's podcast, Fat Joe Talks. I would love to be on there and talk about my own lifestyle, how he represents the Bronx to the fucking fullest. How would I know about Fat Joe? How would I know about being on his live? This is my own podcast. If Fat Joe wants to be on my live, let him be on my live. Okay? I'm not bullshitting nobody. I'm not a bullshit artist when it comes to hip hop. You might think Dice Peso sounds like the son of Roger Troutman when he be spitting his bars. But you know, sometimes Dice Peso's bars could be a little boring the way he be rapping. Nah. I got mad love for Dice Peso, but sometimes the beats that he be using it's all trap shit. It's all millennium hip hop. It's like in the 2020 teens rap that I be hearing like da 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 da. I'm like, no, I don't rap the way he do. I don't. I've been in the studio longer than Dice Peso was in the studio. I've been recording way before he had his fame. I've been recording hip hop music before Cardi B had her fame. Okay? I've been recording shit before and after I've been recording in my own prime of the shit that I do. You know what I'm saying? I started learning how to rap in 1989, bro. I was killing hip hop in the mid 80s and I started rapping. I started learning how to rap in 1989. Okay? In the late 80s, I started learning how to spit bars. You know what I'm saying? But it took me time to understand what I was doing. I learned how to use wordplay. I learned how to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the 80s, I didn't know how to rap that good. But I took everything on a whole nother level. I took my own hip-hop on a higher level to do what I need to fucking do. And that's the situation that I put myself into in life. I've been to 2 schools to be a dope MC. I keep telling these people, why the fuck you want to like disrespect me in any type of way? Suck your teeth. If people disrespect me, I'm going to tell you, go fuck yourself. That's about it. Some people don't respect nothing anymore. You know what I'm saying? All these young kids that want to rhyme and try to be like somebody, you better be original, man, because you want to sell the culture out, you don't do that shit. You can't sell the culture out from hip-hop. You got to respect the cats like Grandmaster Caz, Africa Bambaataa, Kool Herc, Melly Mel. You got to respect all them people that became way before your time. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect Houdini, You gotta respect Kane, Public Enemy, MC Light. You gotta respect Hoochie Rap. You gotta respect R&B and Rakim. Okay? You gotta respect Boogie Down Productions. You gotta respect Miss Melody, D Nice, McBoo. You gotta respect all those people way before your time. You know what I'm saying? Go back. You keep wanting to be playing new music, take it back. Go way back before your time and check that album out and see how you like to listen to real hip hop. If you want to listen to real hip hop like I do, you want to understand the elements, go back. Take it back in the 80s, the 70s, and the 90s. Okay? Where that shit came from. Because when Notorious B.I.G. was alive and Tupac was alive, there was no trap music. They had no drill. That shit came later. You know what I'm saying? And that music that I was listening to, I wasn't even feeling it. Even when Drake came out with something, I wasn't, you know, the song, there's a couple of songs I like from Drake, but the other ones are garbage. You know what I'm saying? I listen, I'm not really a Drake fan. I'm not. I don't give a fuck about listening to Drake, but I'm feeling rappers like Rick Ross. I'm feeling rappers like Meek Millie. I'm feeling rappers like Ludacris, Juvenile, BG, half and half with Lil Wayne. Because Lil Wayne is one of the wackest rappers in Cash Money. He was one of the dumbest rappers I ever heard. I don't really like his voice. The way he spits. He sounds like a munchkin from the Wizard of Oz. Every time I hear Lil Wayne rap, he sounds like a munchkin from the Wizard of Oz. I'm like, damn. And you know, he sings more than he be spitting his bars. He be singing more than he spits. The best Latino rapper that I ever heard in my life was Pun. I could imagine, you know, Pun is turning in his grave right now, looking at Fat Joe. I'm like, you know, you lost a lot of weight. How can I be skinny as you? Big Pun is looking at Big Pun is with Fat Joe still. Even if he's not here no more with nobody, he's still Big Pun's in spirit with the Terror Squad. Remember that. Big Pun is in spirit with the Terror Squad. I know he's not alive. I know he had a heart attack and died at White Plains Hospital. White Plains in a hotel. But his spirit is forever. Okay? Big Pun's spirit is with Fat Joe. Because Big Pun made Fat Joe, I believe. And I'm saying some facts. I'm not saying no bullshit opinions about people. You know? Big Pun had great music. He was underground. He was like rapping so fast. And you can understand what the fuck he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Even when he did that Deep Cover 98, the one he sampled from the Deep Cover soundtrack with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. How many of you remember that? 187 on the motherfucking cop. How many? I had the cassette to that before Fat Joe and Pun touched it. Okay? I had the cassette, the Deep Cover. I got the vinyl Deep Cover 98. You understand? Then in the middle of literally, Fat Joe said that line that Pun said was a joke. And he ripped it. A lot of rappers, when I was watching this documentary, Method Man said, oh, he murdered that shit. I'm like, yeah, he did. This last month, I went to the Lox concert in White Plains. And when Remy Ma performed, I was like, where the fuck is Fat Joe at? Where the fuck was Joe? I didn't even hardly see him there. When Remy Ma performed at Summer Jam at MetLife Stadium, Fat Joe appeared with Busta Rhymes because Fabulous had friends to bring out. He brought out Mace, Redman, and Method Man. You know? He brought a lot of dudes out Fabulous at Summer Jam back in 2015. Like 10 years ago, me and my man Yash was at Summer Jam, and you know, we had a good time, but there was riots over there. And Walter had to like protect Walter Figueroa was like a shield holding me to like not be in the riot because he was holding me for my safety. He was my shield, Walter, and I needed him to be at Summer Jam in 2015. You know, he was my Sloman shield from not getting caught in the crossfire from being at Summer Jam in 2015. You know what I'm talking about. You know what the fuck I'm saying. You know how shit could be in life. A lot of people don't respect nothing because you know what? If you don't like hip hop, listen to another genre of music. If you don't respect hip hop, go to another genre. Go listen to another genre of music if you want. Okay? Nobody fucking likes you. No one needs you. When you fuck with us, the bullet's gonna be out of your gun. So don't even try to go there, bro. Because all these rappers are sellout people. People are just fucking sellouts sometimes. You know? But some of these motherfuckers don't respect nothing they can make. You can see Nicki Minaj shake her ass in public, okay, at a hip-hop event. You can see Ice Spice at Summer Jam shaking her ass and her clit sticking out, and the men be barking like fucking hound dogs. But she's too young. She looks like she's a hip-hop teenager, and I know she's 25 years old. She's still a minor to me from being a hip-hop older sister. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of mothers of hip-hop before she ever fucking existed to be on planet Earth. If it wasn't for rappers like Foxy Brown or Lil' Kim or any other type of rapper, there would be no Lola Brooke, there would be no Ice Spice, there would be no Scarlett, there would be none of these fucking female rappers that we have out today. If it wasn't for Lil' Kim or Foxy Brown, there would be no Lola Brooke, there would be no Ice Spice, there would be no Cardi B, okay? There'll be no Remy Ma. There'll be none of them dudes, all right? If it was for DJ K. Slade, there'll be no Papoose. If it was for the Drama King K. Slade, rest in peace. If it was for the Drama King, there'll be no Papoose. If there was no Latinos, if it wasn't for Prince Marky D from the Fat Boys, there'll be no Fat Joe. If it wasn't for rappers like Heavy D, there would be no Joe, Pun, or any other Latino rapper that ever stepped in the hip-hop game. If it was Heavy D, you would never see the Lox perform ever. If it was for rappers like Heavy D or DJ Eddie F or Pete Rock, you know? I tell the truth about all these people from Mount Vernon. Puff Daddy was born in Mount Vernon. Mary J. Blige was from Yonkers. We already know that DMX was from Yonkers. We already know the Lox was from Yonkers. You know why they be doing hip-hop events out in Westchester? Okay, you know why? I don't give a fuck. If somebody asks me to go to the Migos concert, I'm like, well, Migos are alright. But one of them got shot. Rest in peace to Takeoff. The other one, Guavo. They got Offset and they have Guavo in the Migos. They don't have no more Takeoff. Takeoff got to a fucking altercation, got shot and died. I wasn't really a Migos fan in the beginning. I wasn't. They looked like some characters from the Planet of the Apes hip-hop. No. They looked like the real bipolar gorillas in the rap industry. They looked like fucking black mammoth elephants when I first saw the Migos. They looked like fucking mammoth elephants, like you see in Space Harrier, video game from Sega. You know? And I've been seeing these motherfuckers know how to rap right, and they be doing some dumb shit. They be having altercations. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling Pop Smoke before he passed, and I was feeling Nipsey Hussle. But I was feeling half and half when P&B Rock died. I was feeling, I didn't really even, I never even heard about Chinks until he passed. I never got the chance to meet Chinks Drugs. I never got to meet Chinks. I never did. The only guy that I met from the Coke Boys was French Montana. That was it. Most rappers can't even fucking rhyme the way they could do. Because some of these rappers that don't know how to spit good, they be catching asthma attacks. You know what I'm saying? Fred Godson was spitting very slow. He couldn't even rap fast like Big Pun or Twista. You know what I'm saying? I'm older than Fred the Godson. People say he was born 1979. But really, you think he's that old? He was born 1985. And when he was born, I was 9 years old. I was 9. My single digit. I was 9 years old when Fred the Godson was born. But I didn't know him that time. He was just a baby. You know what I'm saying? I know his mother, Shelley, but I never met his father. Fred the Godson said once that he was listening to Rakim, and his uncle was listening to Rakim, the rapper from Eric B. and Rakim, Fred the Godson. And I know for a fact that he was hearing Rakim, and he taught himself how to rap the way he did, with the bar flow. Shout out to my boy P. I never seen him in a while, but that's my best friend P. Shout out to my man P. I like P. I like the way he be spitting. He be going in one of them tracks. And I understand, no disrespect to Fat Joe. I like Fat Joe and all. He's a cool cat from the Bronx. But there's another side that I don't like from Fat Joe, that he don't support Pun's family. And that's a crying shame. That he don't support Pun's family. Like Liza Rios, or Star Rios, or Chris Rivers. You know what I'm saying? I heard when Fat Joe told the story about Chris Rivers, being invited to the Apollo, the Radio City Music Hall, to spit Big Pun's, but Liza Rios refused him to be at Radio City Music Hall that night on the loud 20-something anniversary concert. There was a racist lady walking by me, cursing at me, and I told the bitch go fuck herself. I don't know who the fuck she was. She came out of nowhere and started threatening me, and she insulted me. Like, I had to curse her out, and the cops got on me about. I tried to tell the cops she insulted me for no reason. She owes me an apology. I don't have to apologize to her. I'm not apologizing to her. She don't have to be sorry. She can say sorry to me, because I ain't done nothing to her. I didn't like being her way and nothing like that. I know she wasn't working over there, but I don't want her to. I don't want to see this bitch ever again in my whole life. Why did she do it? I don't know. It's like I felt I was talking to the devil. I was cursing out the devil, and the ladies heard me, but I really didn't give a shit about that. So, y'all motherfuckers have a good day. I'm Jay Funkadelic, man. This is the Funkable Operator Podcast, episode 32, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.